and if they're not getting it done, we got other guys, waiting for them.
Well, great. Good luck tonight, and good luck the rest of the season, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Coach Nick Keeney of the Champlin Park Rebels coming up next. Steve Thompson's on the call. We've got football here at Thursday Night Lights.
And good evening and welcome to Rebels Stadium here at Champlin Park. Steve Thompson along with Jim Childs, the season opener. The Champlin Park Rebels hosting the St. Michael-Albertville Knights. Perfect weather for football, maybe a shower later on, but a lot of shorts and T-shirts in the stands. We're ready to go with this 2025 football season. Two evenly matched teams, Jim. They met a year ago up in Albertville, I believe the high school
you're right.
Officially in Albertville. And that was a tight game, but Rebels' mistakes really cost.
Yeah, and Coach Keeney, you talked about it before, 2 block punts. And they end up defensively doing outstanding. Held them to around 150 yards total offense, and were able to score a touchdown. All the scoring in the first half, 2 touchdowns on 2 block punts, and that ended up with a 14-7 loss. Both teams come in here last year 4-6, and this year really, really young, Steve.
Yeah, the Rebels certainly are young, and as you mentioned with Nick Keenan a moment ago in your pregame interview, they're starting a lot of guys that are underclassmen. But the good news is, and Nick told us this earlier in the day, these guys have worked really hard since they got to high school. So this is a very tight-knit group.
It is, and they're talented. They've got athletics, and we're going to join the national anthem.
The Rebels marching band in full uniform for the game. In these early season games, you are concerned a little bit about the weather, the heat, the humidity, but we have ideal weather for football. Should be pleasant for the players and the spectators here tonight. And a bit earlier start, 6 o'clock. Here in the Anoka Hennepin schools, get used to it. 6 o'clock starts are the rule this year.
Yeah, for every high school, it'll be a 6 o'clock start. They are citing safety with that. But nonetheless, we've got a great. You're absolutely right. There's a gentle breeze out of the north. We'll see if that affects any of the kicking game. But it is absolutely gorgeous. And the trainers had a conversation with both teams yesterday after practice about hydrating all day today. And we'll see as soon as you see somebody down and somebody pushing on the foot to relieve some of those cramps. We'll see if that does something.
And the Rebels, once again, a young team. Their quarterback, Miles Felton. We'll talk more about him as we move through the game. A year ago, 8-19, 42.1 completion percentage, 104 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Ty Herring, 63-105, 628 yards, 7 TDs, and 4 picks a year ago. Now he is a senior. And really in the opening game, Jim, for both teams, mistakes a big part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And talking with some of the staff on Champlin Park with Herring, they were talking about they need to contain him. When he gets outside the pocket, he is dangerous. Even though his rushing numbers didn't exactly have that. That was one thing they saw from the scrimmage tape earlier.
All right, here we go. Zach Marble to kick it off for St. Michael-Albertville, 2 players deep for the Champlin Park Rebels. Will Agunti and Eric Lukes. Agunti wearing 0, Lukes number 28. And it is taken by Lukes, and he brings it right up the middle of the field. Maybe got the 22-yard line is where the linesman will put it down, and the Rebels will start their first drive of the year. 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Yeah, their leading rusher, Preston Nelson, is in the backfield again. He got carries as a sophomore, the leading rusher as a sophomore, 73 carries, 398 and 5.5 per carry, and 4 touchdowns last year.
And you'll see the starters on your screen in a scroll. Once again, Felton at quarterback, Olson the running back. The wideouts, Olson, Gray, and Fitzgerald. On the near side, Olson, Gray. Far side, Fitzgerald. We're ready to go, and it's Nelson trying the outside. Gets the 25, wrestled down at the 26-yard line. Pretty good read and react by St. Michael-Albertville, and the tackle made by Zach Marble, senior linebacker, 6'4", 215. They just kind of strung that out, but the Rebels still get a few.
Yeah, really a nice job by Marble. Marble was their second leading tackler last year. Really sure-handed in the middle there.
Oh, he'll get a few. Out to the 26-yard line. And now it's Felton, 5 yards. Nelson behind him. He'll take the handoff, dart up the middle over the 30 to the 31, maybe the 32-yard line. Are they going to give him the first down? They're getting ready to move the sticks, and they will. So we did get enough for that first down. And the Rebels 2 runs and move the chains.
Yeah, nice interior. They've gone outside. Now they went inside. You can see that Nelson absolutely has confidence in that line up front with Yang, Shorstein, and Fer Larson. That's the 2 guards and the center.
And they're going to probably lean on Preston Nelson quite a bit. Felton looks to the sideline, gets a play ready to go. Nelson to his right. He's going to sprint out to the right, throw for the first time this year. On the run, overshoots the intended receiver out there. That was the wing, Jaden Oligmuller, and just overshot him a bit, 2nd down.
I was here for practice the other day as we were calling the soccer game afterwards, and Preston is excellent on the roll. He's accurate. That one just maybe a little adrenaline with that one as that one sailed a little high.
Just underway, 6 o'clock start between the Rebels and the Knights here at Champlin Park. The 2025 football season underway. We're ready to go. And the quarterback Felton all alone in the backfield. Nelson goes in motion. He'll take the handoff, end around, try to get to the edge, uses speed, and can't get around the edge as he's brought down at the 33-yard line. Outstanding defensive play in the pursuit on the edge out there by St. Michael-Albertville, Elton Sanye.
Yeah, great job. And you can see here as he gets outside the contain, but just an excellent, like you mentioned, excellent individual, keeps him to 2 yards.
So now the Rebels in a 3rd down and long, ball just outside the 33-yard line. Nelson just couldn't get around the corner. If he did, he had a big gainer. And now they split 2 to the near side, and the quarterback Felton takes a snap. He'll roll to the near side. Under pressure, step up, and dive to the 35, well short of the first down. He was gang tackled there, and coming down in the middle of the pile there is Cooper Steele. And that'll set up 4th down. It looks like the Rebels are going to kick it away.
Not much. You almost kind of looked like he had the intent right from the start that he was going to pull that down, depending on what the coverage was. But 3rd and 9 or 3rd and 8, that's a tough run to be able to pick up that first.
Trace Fitzgerald to punt for the Rebels. Snap is good. 3 in front of them to block. Wobbler hits at the 42 and goes out of bounds inside the 40-yard line near the 39. And that's where St. Michael-Albertville will start 1st and 10. So the Rebels pick up a first down, ultimately punt it away.
You can see it. They went up the middle and they went on both sides, on both perimeters, and they're just kind of probing right now. This is a fun. This Knights team is fun. They're very similar. They've got 4 out of the 5 linemen are the starting linemen are juniors, so they're a young team as well.
Outstanding head coach Jared Etzler. And here we go. Ty Herring under center. Hands it off right up the gut. Quick hitter over the 45 out to the 46-yard line. Good gain on the play on first down. Braylon Bohm, the junior running back. And Bohm, a year ago, certainly got some work in this offense. 22 carries, 95 yards. Didn't score a touchdown, 4.3. And right there, a good gainer.
Yeah, Herring last year was solid on both sides.
Herring rolling out, throws on the run, knocked away into the air, picked off. It was tip drill time, and the Rebels have the ball in St. Michael-Albertville territory near the 48-yard line. Tipped in the air, picked off, and the Rebels get the first turnover of the game.
What a great job. I think that was Eric Lukes that was able to deflect that.
And then Purnell picked it off.
Nice to see the defensive lineman get his hands on the ball once in a while. Probably thought he could score. Great close on this. Yeah, it was Lukes. Lukes was able to get that ball popped up into the air. Just a little bit late on the delivery was Herring.
So the Rebels get it in Knights territory at the 49-yard line. 8:27 to go first quarter. And that's what they needed. And turnovers loom so huge at any level. And the Rebels get a big one there. Felton, the quarterback. Nelson to his right. Slot to the left. They're going to try Nelson again. And he's going to cut back and maybe get a yard. And I don't know. They're going to say knee down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Second down and 10.
Yeah, not much room. The exterior linebackers, Carger and Young, both are doing a nice job of being able to push that pile and get off their blocks.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Rebels split a receiver. Way out to the right side. That's going to be Finn Jorgensen, a junior, out on the right side. Once again, Felton, the quarterback, waits for the snap. H-back moves, and we may have had movement. First penalty of the game, and that'll be a false start. And the Rebels will go back to their own territory. Second down and 15.
Number 24, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Well, that second and 10 goes to second and 15, and probably going to have to get some go through the air a little bit right now.
Well, and that's one of those things, no preseason games. You go from practice and jump right into it. Second down, 15 yards to go. Near side, Felton's going to keep it. Good block on the edge and gets it down to the 45-yard line. Boy, he waited beautifully on that play for his blockers to help out in front of him. Fitzgerald was there. Nelson was in the mix, and they got it to the 44-yard line of St. Michael-Albertville.
Yeah, nice pickup of about 10. And you can see Nelson, he was waiting for the pitch, and he ran out of real estate, and Felton just tucked it under. Went great job on the exterior by James Cooper.
It is 10 on the dot. Third down, 5 yards to go. Felton waits for the snap. Nelson to his left. Split to the near side is Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald waits for the pass. It's picked off. This could go to the other way, and it is going to go to the house. Trying to run him down. Felton at the 5, dives into the end zone. Touchdown, pick 6. Kyan Beaumont puts St. Michael-Albertville on the board.
I think it's going to go down as a 59-yard interception return. And you could see as Trace Fitzgerald stopped, he was covered completely. And as you mentioned, Kai Beaumont just turned on the Jets, stepped in front. So 2 interceptions, 2 big turnovers right now. And to be honest, St. Michael-Albertville in 4+ quarters hasn't scored a touchdown yet, but they've scored now hopefully 21 points.
So Beaumont, the pick 6. It goes officially 56 for the score. And now on to try the extra point. Marble, the holder, Herring. 6-0, St. Michael-Albertville. And that one's blocked. So it is 6-0.
And, yeah, he turns it on. He stepped right in front of it. Beaumont, with an excellent read, was looking at into the backfield on Felton's eyes the entire time.
Yeah, and Felton didn't look him off. He kind of looked that way the whole way for the intended receiver over on the left side, and Fitzgerald, and he jumped the route and went the other way, and Felton almost ran him down, but Beaumont the touchdown. Extra point block, 6-0 St. Michael-Albertville. So both teams, Jim, trade picks early in this game.
Yeah, we've had 3 passes so far. 2 of them have been completed. Unfortunately, it's been to the other team on both times.
Now the Rebels are going to get it right back, and Marble's going to kick it off. He has it teed up. Breeze at his back at his own 40-yard line. Far hash. 2 players back deep. Olson Gray wearing, I should say, Agunti wearing 0. Luke's wearing 28. Luke's again right up the middle of the field. With room, has a seam over the 35 to the 37-yard line. So the Rebels are going to have outstanding field position. And now they've been able to pick up a first down. They've been able to move the ball a little bit. And now it's string them together.
Yeah, that was a good return. You know, Eric Lukes is the only player back from last year that had a reception. Yeah, he had two receptions for 14 yards. He's had a pass breakup that ended up in an interception, and now a nice return, nice 35-yard return.
Still early in the game. Once again, Knights lead at 6-0 on the pick 6. 56-yard Kyan Beaumont takes it to the house. The line of scrimmage on that play was the 44, and he took it the other way. And now for Miles Felton, shake that off and get back to work. We got a player trotting off to the sideline. And coming into the game, Fitzgerald. Olson Gray near his sideline. Preston Nelson, the running back, next to the quarterback. Miles Felton. Going to take that snap, give it to Nelson. He's going to try and bounce it to the outside. Good move, 45, 50. On his feet inside the 45 down to the 44-yard line. Great move to the edge and then turned it upfield.
Yeah, he left Jaden Kruger in the dust there. You can see right here, what a great cutback. He goes right here. You see the linebacker tries to get him and just can't. And a great move, good speed on the outside, and Nelson picks up 19.
19 and the first down. And he's almost got there. That time he did get to the edge and turn it upfield. Dynamic run, and the Rebels will take that all the way. Nelson tries the right side, cuts it back, and works his way down to the 40-yard line. You get the feeling that Nelson is, kind of a volume runner. Just feed him, and he's going to get stronger as the day goes on.
And he's patient. You can see him working his blocks, and especially on the other side there. Ashton Tucker, the only one of the strong senior, 6'2", 280, number 74, is one of the leaders on the team. And I'm sure Nelson loves to run behind him.
Gain of 4, second down and 6, slot to the right, 2 to the left. Felton waits for the snap. It's over to the sideline. Player goes in motion. That's Olson Gray. That could be another 5-yarder, and that is another false start. Second of the game against the Rebels. And now make it second down and 11.
5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Steve, you alluded to it like 5 minutes ago that mistakes in the first part of the game can really determine the outcome of these early season games. We've seen 2 on turnovers and now 2 penalties.
That was just another one, and like I say, you don't get any preseason games. You get scrimmage, you get practice, and now you're out here in front of the big crowd.
Yep.
And opening game, and try to work out the kinks. They'll shift 2 to the right side. Nelson, the running back. To the near side, Fitzgerald. They're going to hand it Nelson off. Right tackle. Gets the penalty back, and that's about it. Down to the 40-yard line. That'll set up 3rd down and 6.
You can see over there, number 7, Jaden Olgemuller. A nice job of sealing off the block, and again with Nelson and his patience, able to avoid some tacklers and get the penalty back. So 3rd down and 6. Last time they did a quick out, tried to get that first down to Fitzgerald. They're in 2-down territory here, or 4-down territory. So getting 3 yards and having a chance for that 4th down would be nice. 2
way out left. Nelson, the lone running back. Slot back comes near side. That is Olgemuller rolling out. Felton's going to get stopped. No, he keeps running, fights his way. We get a flag. That's probably going to go on the Knights. And this may turn into a 1st down for the Rebels. He would not be denied. Felton just kept fighting along the near sideline.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a personal foul.
Yeah.
And so
saw the head swing around. Yep. We'll see the replay in a moment, but
what a great job by Felton. Zach Marble had him dead to rights. Sure tackler, able to rip out of the grasp.
Personal foul, illegal helmet contact, defense number 37. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
So that he'll get 3 yards on the carry, and then another 15 yards, so a gain of 18 total.
Yeah, penalty on Quate, and that is a big one. And you speak about mistakes in these early season games, and that's a big one because it looked like they had the Rebels stopped, and then that hit up high gives the Rebels a 1st down at the 22-yard line. So that is a big one. And the Rebels keep moving the chains. Down by 6, quarter number 1. We're closing in on 4 to go in this opening quarter. And Felton has Nelson to his right. He sends 2 over to the right side of the long side of the field. The Rebels move into that breeze. I wouldn't call it a big win, but certainly makes it comfortable. Nelson tries the left side. No, good fake. They go the other way. That fooled me, and getting wrestled down over on the right side is Landon Olson Gray, but that was a really nice fake.
It was. You knew something was up, either, as they've been starting to key on Nelson. And, hey, a gain of 2 is a gain of 2 on that misdirection with Olson Gray.
Well, that's better than an L.
Yes.
Of 2 yards for sure. You move it forward. 2nd down, 8 yards to go, ball at the 20-yard line. But really a nice fake. And I think if you have a quarterback that can do that sort of stuff, that opens up the playbook a whole lot further. Miles Felton, the quarterback. Sends 2 to the near side, Olson Gray and Fitzgerald. Nelson's going to try that short side. Tries to get to the outside, but maybe got a yard before he was driven back. Pretty good defensive play over there by the Saints, and Jaden Carger, the junior linebacker, was in the middle of that. There was a lot of white shirts around the football.
Yeah, there was no real estate for Nelson to move, and so he loses a 2 on that one. I guess losing 1. Oh, what a great tackle! I was blocked by it, but excellent tackle by, I believe that was Jaden Carger.
So it is 3rd down and long for the Rebels as they are driving. Play action, throw, caught at the 15, still on his feet, into the end zone, touchdown! Isaac Axness, the tight end, caught a slant over the middle and powered his way into the end zone. And the Rebels have tied the game and have a chance to grab the lead.
What a great job. And look for your tight end in the middle. Big number 84, Axness. Catches it, puts it away, and just drives his way into the end zone. Nice way to complete your first pass.
On to try the extra point for Champlin Park. Fitzgerald. That's a big one. Give the Rebels the lead here in quarter number 1. Low snap, brought down, kick up, and it is good. Terrific job by the holder there to get that one down. That was Cash Miller, backup quarterback, who grabbed that off the deck and got it teed up, and the Rebels have a 7-6 lead. Well, an impressive drive. They come back. They go 63 yards in a little over 3 minutes of play and get a big touchdown. And that was a dart. Felton over the middle to his tight end, Axness, for 6.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Good play call. They tried to go on the outside last time, and not a lot of time to throw. Those are like 2 or 3 second throws. I mean, you just don't have time to build a rush. And great job, especially with the way that Axness finished that run.
So the Rebels fought off penalties on that drive. They kept it alive. It was set up early, a big run by Preston Nelson for plus 19 to get him into Knights territory, and then they did the rest. Big play, nice throw.
Yeah,
once again, Felton Axness.
Yeah, Felton also had a nice run after that penalty, taking that 2nd and 15 to a 3rd and 5 on a 10-yard run.
21-yard touchdown pass. PAT is good. Now it's Fitzgerald to kick it off. 2 players back deep for the Knights. Mosier wearing 4, Bohm number 3. And we go. Good kick. That's taken at about the 8-yard line. Coming up the middle of the field over the 25. Maybe to the 30-yard line. And that appeared to be Bohm on the return. And Bohm will stay on the field and be one of the running backs. And here it's coming right at you, and that is Bohm.
It was a nice job, nice ceiling up there. Really, really good shot. I think that's Axness again. Gets a touchdown, gets a special teams play. You get a sticker on your helmet.
You got to be fired up for sure.
Yep.
No better way to start the year with a 21-yard touchdown catch. And here they come. Near side, Bohm. He's wrapped up and driven back. Rebels all over that defensively. Gunty was back there among others. It's like they knew what was coming.
Yeah, they had it, and you could see the energy and from the great job.
Gunty grabbed him.
Yep.
Nice defensive play.
Loss of 4 on the play. Wow.
Yeah, but Gunty got there first. 2nd down, 14 yards to go. Pairing the quarterback. Man goes in motion. That's Bohm. They're going to try the end around. Nothing doing. Rebels all over it. That may have lost another yard or 2. And coming out of the bottom of the pile for Champlin Park, Torque.
Yeah, Ogente was able to be the contain and turned Bohm back in. Another loss of a half a yard. Boy, it seems like it's been almost a quarter. I mean, they were just about, we got a minute and 30 seconds left. And really just excellent job by the defense here. Good. You said Torquay was there along with Ogente.
Yeah, Damon Torquay, a linebacker. And now they're going to hand it off. Little running room up the middle. Trying to bounce to the outside is Bohm over the 30 to the 34-yard line. Well short of the first down. As we close in on a minute to go in quarter number 1. And we're going to see what the Knights do here. And they're going to bring the punting team on, and you can't blame them one bit.
Yeah, the draw play, kind of one of those long, 3rd down and long plays that you do. It'll be 4th and 5. So that's a gain of 10 for Boom.
Ty Herring, the punter as well. 2 players back deep for the Rebels. Olson Gray wearing number 2, Robinson number 26. On that depth chart for Nick Keenan and the Rebels. Short kick, that's going out of bounds. That's headed over to the Rebel bench. Champlin Park's going to have it in outstanding field position on the Knights side of midfield, and they're going to spot it inside the 45, 42-yard line off the side of the foot. The Rebels got a break here late in quarter number 1.
Yeah, and that ball kind of hung, and I think the timing of Herring where it was like, I've got to get rid of this. And it was able to hit it off the side of his foot. Like you said, they're starting at the 43. What a great turn of events. Really, since that interception return, the momentum has completely flipped to the Rebels.
Well, and Jim, you've got to be thrilled the way Rebels have responded to the adversity.
Yeah.
You give up a pick six. You're in the home opener, but they came right back, got the touchdown. Now they have outstanding field position. Nelson to the left of quarterback Felton. Wide receivers left and right, slot to the right. Felton's just going to tuck it under his arm, bounce off a block, stay on his feet. The big guy's still moving inside the 35 down to the 32-yard line, and he is a powerful runner.
Oh, not only that, a great jump cut. As he was able, he looked like he was going to be stopped for no gain. Gets pushed back, runs into Nelson, and then just takes off. You can see right there the Knights coaching staff are going to have a talk about arm tackling, and that will probably come up on the next film session.
Yeah, and that's going to be the final play of the quarter, but a good run by Miles Felton. He picks up 11 on the play to get a first down, move the sticks, and when we come back for quarter number two, the Rebels are going to be in a good spot, up 7-6 and driving. Steve Thompson, Jim Childs, our great QCTV crew led by Ryan Mush. Quarter number two on the way here on QCTV.
Did you know that every day, millions of children around the world go to bed hungry? At Feed My Starving Children, we're working hard to change that. But we can't do it alone. We need your help. It's a fun, rewarding, and impactful way to spend your time. Plus, it's something you can do with friends, family, or even your coworkers. Ages 5 and up and all abilities are welcome. We take care of you every step of the way, from greeting you at the door, increasing your understanding of the impact of world hunger, to specific volunteer roles. We're here to serve you. And together, we'll celebrate the powerful impact you've made in less than 2 hours. So join us at FMSC Coon Rapids and be part of something bigger than yourself. Find more details and sign up for a volunteer slot at fmsc.org/volunteer. Together, we can feed every child until all are fed.
Quarter number two of the opener. Rebels have the ball, first down and 10, 32-yard line driving. Now with the breeze, whatever breeze there is at their back. Two players shift to the left. Felton the quarterback. 21-yard touchdown pass to Axis. Extra point gave the Rebels the lead. Here's Nelson trying the left side. Darts his way inside the 30 to maybe the 29-yard line before he's wrapped up over there. Tackle made by once again, Elton Sanyane, cornerback for the Knights. And this is a big spot for St. Michael-Albertville. They got to keep the Rebels off the board.
Yeah, they do. At least try to keep them to a field goal. You can notice that every time that the Rebels have motioned their tight end, that's where they've run. We'll see if that trend continues and the Knights pick it up.
Rebels send two to the near side. Felton, the quarterback, he has shown he's a threat running the football and throwing the football. He's going to tuck it under his arm, go right up the middle with room. Big guy on his feet inside the 15 to the 14. He just took that, and that was hardly a quarterback draw. As soon as he got the ball, he started moving forward. And once again, Miles Felton, the big kid, 6'4", 205.
Yeah, really no hesitation. And look at the push by that line up front. Cooper, Fenlarson, Yang, Shorenstein, and Tucker all just grading the road for Felton.
So Felton picks up 13 and a first down. 1st and 10, ball on the far hash. They show blitz. This is going to be Nelson, 10, and out of bounds near the 5-yard line. And once again, he showed his quickness there to the corner, and he's one of those guys, if you get to see him, he's going to get a big gainer. He already has a 19-yard gain. Give him 9 there, 2nd down and 1, and the Rebels knocking on the door at the 6.
Yeah, touchdown saving tackle on the side by Sanyane. You can just start to see the even though we're early in the game, you can kind of see the power of this offense as they run the ball.
Now it's Felton. 2nd down and 1. Ball at the 6-yard line. Nelson to the left. Nelson's going to get it again, try the outside, can't get to the edge, in trouble in the backfield, and that's going to be a big loss as St. Michael-Albertville sniffed that one out and drove them all the way back. Cooper Steele in the middle of that, a junior linebacker, a big kid himself, 6'3", 210, and that's going to take it way back to the 14-yard line.
Well, that's a loss of about 8. Wow. You know, you always want to have your running back, understand that you don't want to lose, and especially when you go from a 2nd and 1 to a 3rd and 9.
Ball
live for another play.
Line.
Yep.
3rd down and 9, first down stick near the 5. Felton takes the snap. Play action. He's in trouble trying to get to the outside, and he's going to run the other way. I don't see a flag. He's at the 10, the 5 to the end zone, touchdown. What a scrambling run. No flags on the play, and the Rebels extend their lead to 13-6. Felton with a dynamic run.
Wow, he looked like he was dead to rights back there around the 25-yard line. Able to turn it, and you could just see the athleticism. Boy, you could see it. For a guy who's 6'4", able to turn, he's got Knights on his tail. And great cutback there and just determination to get into the end zone.
He just would not be denied.
Nope.
I was waiting for a flag. It never came. And he runs it into the end zone. Fitzgerald for the extra point. Snap good, spot good, kick hammered through. And the Rebels extend their lead to 14-6. Well, how about that? Nelson took the big loss to the 14. And then on the next play, it looked like Felton was in huge trouble, scrambled out of there, and powered his way into the end zone. And the Rebels, after giving up the pick 6, have scored 14 in a row, Jim.
And they have done it by dominating fashion and just being able to be people movers. They've thrown 2 passes. Both of them have been completed, one to the other team, one for a touchdown, but the rest have been runs.
So Champlin Park to kick it off. Kind of a tough hour for the St. Michael-Albertville fans on the visitor side, staring into that setting sun. The 6 o'clock start. It is a very pleasant evening, though, for football. Just gorgeous night. And we've had a good run of weather. And now Fitzgerald will kick it off, and the Rebels up 14-6. So Miles Felton, hand-to-hand, touchdown pass to Axis, 21 yards out, then runs one in from 14 yards out. The Rebels have the lead, and Fitzgerald kick. Good high end over end, driving the receiver back to his 3-yard line. They'll come back the other way. And the return man still on his feet over the 20, maybe the 21-yard line. And that's where St. Michael-Albertville will start 1st and 10 with work to do. They haven't had the ball much in this game. They haven't run a lot of plays from scrimmage.
No, as of right now, they have 6 offensive plays and 2 punts. That has been, well, actually 1 punt. So, actually only 5 because that was 3rd down. That was, the interception was on.
They will start with the ball at their own 23-yard line officially. And the quarterback, Herring. Herring's going to roll to his left. He's under pressure. And it's going to be caught. Nice throw, nice catch at the 30-yard line. And that was a really nice throw to Sexer. John Sexer, senior wide receiver, wearing number 1. And he kind of did that tightrope act, kept a foot in bounds at the 30. So a nice gain on 1st and 10.
Well, that's the one thing that the Champlin Park coaching staff had mentioned was, when Herring gets out, he throws a nice ball outside the pocket, and especially when it's on the roll.
Gain of 7, 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Under center goes Herring. And Herring's going to hand it off to the running back. And good room up the middle for a 1st down and more over the 35 to the near the 38-yard line. And that's Braylon Bohm, the junior running back.
That good hole. You can see a hat on a hat right out in front. Nice tackle. to limit the damage.
Yes.
As Couillet came up and stopped. Boom.
Solid gain of 8. First down and 10 for the Knights. First football game of the year. We got a ton of football coming up this fall on QCTV. Volleyball, boys and girls soccer as the fall sports season is underway. School has started for some this week. Everybody back in school next week. And now Herring under center man goes in motion. That's Bohm. And the fullback gets the handoff. That's Carter Wigfield, the junior running back. He got a few up the gut. Out to the 41, 42-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play.
Really trying to move up. There was a hold there that was missed. But good tackle
Well,
by the Rebels.
It's the first game of the year for the officials as well.
Absolutely. So
they're settling in.
Mm-hmm.
Ty Herring, senior quarterback. They're going to lean on him this year. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They spread him out, and they'll throw it near his side. Sexer catches it. Shy of the first down. Gets it over the 45, near the 46-yard line. That'll set up a 3rd down and short. Gain of 4 on the play.
You can see they're just kind of nitpicking, and those throws of 4 yards, 6 yards. That's as good as a run. And
no doubt.
Yeah.
And avoiding turnovers. They did have the 1 interception, of course. On the flip side, their defense had the big pick 6 to get their points on the board. But right now they kind of want to settle down and keep that Rebels offense off the field.
Hessler, obviously a fantastic coach. He's going to make adjustments.
There's a handoff, and that's going to be wrapped up short of the first down. Outstanding defensive play on the ball carrier there. And that was Beckett Young who came up short. That's going to set up 4th down. Outstanding defensive play by the Rebels, firing in there. Logan Leonhardt, junior linebacker.
Yeah, we'll see what this is a tough decision. If you turn it back over, you're going to have the Rebels have a short field and they have the momentum offensively. That Mack truck of Nelson and running. You don't want to necessarily give it back to them, but they are going for it.
Yeah, it's a big gamble here.
See if they'll try to call him offside. Nope, quick snap.
Herring under center. He's going to play action, roll out to the right. He's being chased. Can he get to the edge? He does. Gets the first down and more over midfield. Scoots out of bounds at the Champlin Park 48-yard line, so he was chased. But Herring got enough around the corner to move the sticks.
Well, what a great job. He's hemmed in by 3. And we even fooled he had 3 Rebels chasing him, and he was able to outrun them and get the first down. Great job by Ty Herring.
Gain of 5 on the play. And second first down in this drive that started at their own 23-yard line. Midway point or close to it in quarter number 2. Toss near side. Here's Bohm. Bohm inside the 45 down to the 44-yard line. And he was wrapped up and thrown down there by the Rebels. Torkey, another junior on this team. And once again, head coach Nick Keenan told you before the game, we got a great junior class. We're playing a lot of them.
Yeah, and you're seeing it on both sides. I mean, both sides are young. What's interesting on this drive is they are not necessarily going up the middle. The first couple of drives, they were just trying to kind of smash it up the middle. This time they're using a lot more misdirection.
Player goes in motion. That's Sexer. He's had a couple of catches. And the quarterback spins around. Here's Herring trying to find room. Tries the near sideline and steps out of bounds very near the line of scrimmage. He was chased over there by Torkey. And they're going to give him 1 to the 43-yard line. That's going to set up 3rd down.
Well, he was looking to go to Sexton again, but he ended up being covered. It was nice coverage on the far side by the Rebels. And smartly, he's able to pick up 1.
Well, it is a solid 3rd down and 5. Big opportunity for the Rebels D, up 14-6. 5:51 to go, quarter number 2. The band performs at halftime. It'll be good to see. Rebels show blitz, handoff up the middle, nothing doing. Good play there by that Rebels defense as they wrap up the linebacker Bohm. They were all over that play in the middle, and let's take a look at it. That didn't fool anybody.
Yeah,
Good
just
surge.
A fantastic job by Lenhart. Logan Lenhart was on a blitz, came right up the middle, took on the center, pushed him about 3 yards back, and fantastic play.
So no gain on the play, and we're going to get a timeout on the field. It is going to be 4th down and a solid 5 for St. Michael-Albertville. 5:22 to go, quarter number 2. Rebels lead it 14-6. Steve Thompson, Jim Childs, and our thoughts go out to Jim Erickson, who was supposed to be calling the game tonight. Our thoughts go out to Jim's family. He lost his father. And Jim Erickson, one of the all-time great guys and a regular voice here on QCTV. So once again, our warm regards to him and his family.
Yeah, one of the all-time greats, and like you said, good guy. And it's funny, all the announcers that we have working with QCTV, we all get along really, really well and really care about each other. And obviously, our thoughts go out to Jim.
And once again, best wishes to his family, and Jim will be back soon on our fall sports coverage here on QCTV. Of course, St. Cloud State hockey on the radio, and at Bob 106 in the morning.
The voice of the state tournament, the boys' state tournament for hockey.
He does a phenomenal job.
He really does. It's.
Well, here we go. Big 4th down and 5 for the Knights. And the quarterback, Herring, keeps it, surges forward, very close to a first down. And I think that final push may have got it. The Rebels tried to stand him up, but couldn't deny. Kamora was there, San Kamora. But they couldn't keep him from getting to the 43-yard line, and that's exactly, or I should say, the 38-yard line. That's exactly what he needed, and he got it.
Well, he's got 3 carries, 11 yards, and all of those carries so far for Herring this drive have been important. They have all been 2 of them on 4th down.
Drive started at the 23. They'll run up the gut again. Some running room for the big fullback there, Carter Wigfield. Wigfield gets another carry down to the 30-yard line. So this has been an impressive drive for the most part on the ground for St. Michael-Albertville.
Well, you can see right there the push by Almansera and Bruger and Rebel. All 3 of them had locked up their defensive counterpart and been able to push him back.
Good job by the O-line. They're getting a little momentum. It'll be 2nd down and 2 yards to go from the 30-yard line. They'll hand it off. Nothing doing. What a play in the backfield. Will Agunti almost took the handoff.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive there. Oh, wow.
No gain on the play. Agunti shot through and made a terrific play. It's still 3rd down and short.
Agunti 6'3", 210. Last year he had 6 tackle for losses as a sophomore.
13th play of the drive. It started at the 23-yard line. St. Michael-Albertville still marching, trying to keep the chains moving. Running back is Bohm, straight back. Herring, near side, caught near the 21-yard line. Tackled immediately is the intended receiver down there. And that is Fauché. And that'll be a 1st down. So a clutch 1st down. They moved the sticks to the 21. Gain of 9 on the play. And that was once again Herring to Fauché.
Well, Fauché it was a zone coverage, and Fauché just kind of sat there, and Herring had plenty of time. He had no pressure on him at all. He was able to deliver a strike right in between the 1 and the 9.
Herring, the lone run back behind him is Bohm. He's going to get the carry, and he got wrapped up in the backfield. He got hit and dropped. Good double team effort by the Rebels defensively, and outstanding penetration up front. You'll see it right here. The Rebels all over this play again.
Yeah, I tell you what, Leonhardt has just been a man in the backfield most of the afternoon. Afternoon, evening.
2nd down and 10. Now behind the quarterback, Ty Herring, the senior. He's going to play action. Has some time, loads up, goes far corner, and it is caught down at the 5-yard line. Terrific pitch and catch. And on the reception, Dylan Fauché. And now it's going to be a 1st and goal for the Knights.
Well, a great job. Elijah Lewis on the far side cleared out both the defenders for the Rebels chased after them. Boy, that looks like that might have dropped it towards the end. But nonetheless, it's a great pass, a nice touch by Herring.
Gain of 15, 1st and goal, 6-yard line officially. Once again, Herring to Fauché. They'll be on the far hash.
We'll have a timeout.
We got a timeout, and they were bringing a big guy into the backfield. Phil Harris, 6'1", 247. And then they had a new running back in that look, and that was Wyatt Mosher, a junior running back. So we'll see if we stick with the big guy playing the fullback down in the goal line. 1st and goal at the 6.
Well, I tell you, one thing that Coach Keenan had mentioned was that they now have sideline cams, and I've been watching kind of the engagement level of the Rebels, and you can see, and Jerry Kill brought that to the Gophers, his first year, 2010, and now we're bleeding it into high school, and you can see the engagement level, and I think it does nothing but help with keeping players in the game.
And by the way, this drive started at the 23-yard line with 9:50 to go in the quarter. We have 1:34 to go in the quarter, and they have run 15 plays.
They've converted on 2 4th downs, both by Herring. And you're right, they've got big number 90 back there.
So it is big guy Phil Harris in the backfield. Wyatt Mosher is the running back. Mosher gets the handoff, and he's decked, but he got a couple inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. Good low hit. Torkey, another tackle for him, so he's having a big game. And you'll see it right here as he comes through the line of scrimmage. And, well, actually, Torkey took the block, and the tackle
and that was
made.
Lenenhart again.
Lenenhart made the hit. So, 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Once again, Herring under center. Herring's going to toss sweep. And that's going to go into the end zone for a touchdown. Toss sweep near side. And running that into the end zone is number 4, Wyatt Mosher, 6 foot, 177-pound junior linebacker. And the Rebels' lead is cut to 14-12. That's just an old-fashioned toss left. And he slices his way into the end zone to make it a 2-point game. And I would assume Jared Esler's going to go for 2 and try and tie it up.
Yeah, excellent job by that front. So four different runners and 2 different receivers on that play. So they're mixing it up a little bit.
Herring, drop back into the end zone for 2. Good coverage by the Rebels out there. Outstanding coverage on that 2-point try in the near corner of the end zone. So the Rebels cling to the 14-12 lead. And the intended receiver out there for St. Michael-Albertville in the near corner was Cooper Steele, a tight end, but Steele couldn't get to it. Excellent coverage by the Rebels.
Yeah, Luke's out there again. You've seen him make a couple of nice plays. Rolls out, single coverage, much bigger receiver, and Luke's able to just get in front and pass with just a hair deep.
77 yards, 17 plays. I haven't covered many 17-play drives in my career. That doesn't happen. And that drive took just shy of 9 minutes. 8:53 on my count. Actually, 8:57. My bad.
That's crazy. The Rebels have run only 20 plays so far. So that the entire game almost came down for the offense for the Rebels matched the play count of the Knights on that drive.
So St. Michael-Albertville to kick it off. Marble End over end taken at the 8. Coming up the middle of the field for Champlin Park. Lukes has it near the 30-yard before he's driven back. And now let's see what the Rebels do with 46 seconds. Will they play it conservative, or are they going to try and put points on the board? We'll see.
46 seconds left. We see if they come out. I would imagine they can bring out 4, spread it out a little bit, see if they can just get it up to around the 50 in the next 30 seconds. They've got plenty of time. I think they've got 2 timeouts left. So plenty of time.
Huge drive, though, for St. Michael-Albertville. Yeah. I mean, they were on the ropes. They were down 14-6, giving up big plays, and then they go on a march like that. 77 yards, 17 plays, almost 9 minutes of game time. That was an important drive for the Knights and their hopes here tonight. Felton's going to run to the outside, give it, and he's going to get wrestled down for a big loss. Flags all over the place. This could be a hold on the Rebels, and I think this might kind of decide how this is going to play out.
Yeah, I think there are 2 flags on this one. I think there's a procedure right from the start. I think somebody was covered up.
Maybe a dead ball.
Yeah. Well, no, I think it was just tackle
on the play by number 32, Jaden Carter.
I think it was just they lined up on the wrong side over there and covered up the tight end. I think that's what it is. We'll see.
Now they're trying to figure out what they're
illegal formation. 5 in the backfield, offense.
Yeah.
That penalty is declined. 2nd down.
And a wise decision. Take the loss and the down. Loss of 3 on the play.
Well, you have it now. You can see right here. It's like somebody had a couple of wide receivers that weren't lined up on the line.
Rebels by 2. St. Michael-Albertville had the pick 6 in quarter number 1, then that long grinding drive. They failed on a kick. That was blocked, and a 2-point conversion, no good. Meanwhile, the Rebels, a throwing touchdown and a running touchdown. Right up the middle goes the quarterback, Felton, for a few, and that is going to do it.
Yeah, well, there's another flag. It's the same call, I think, again.
Yeah, that flag. You can see the laundry on the far side there. They've had a couple of procedure. That makes it 4. Well, 1 was declined.
Yep.
But and then, of course, St. Michael-Albertville had that big
illegal formation.
hit to the head.
5 in the backfield, offense. That penalty is declined. 3rd down. Timeout. St. Michael-Albertville. Their first of the half.
Now, I can't imagine Jared Essler's hoping to get the ball back. Well, with 14 seconds to go.
You never know.
Only 2nd down here. Make it 3rd down as he refused the penalty. That'll be 3rd down and 9. You never know. Maybe just trying to force the Rebels to kick it away.
Yep.
And see what happens.
What did Kirk Ferentz of Iowa say one time? Hey, if we got it, might as well use them, the timeouts.
And I give you credit. You were able to get Iowa into the telecast here tonight. Good for you, Jim. I was kind of waiting for it.
Yeah, I know. I know the Gophers are playing tonight. They've got
Buffalo, mighty Buffalo at Huntington Bank Stadium tonight. And they play that traditional Thursday of the fair. Second Thursday of the fair they play at home. And I think it probably makes the parking a lot easier because they rely so heavily on state fair parking over at the U that playing a Saturday game and the big Saturday crowds at the fair would be a nightmare.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
And they got a great night. Ton of high school football around the area tonight. And then more games tomorrow night.
Yes.
So here we go. 3rd down and 9 yards to go for the Rebels. 14 seconds to go in the quarter. They lead by 2. Felton's going to take the snap. No, he's going to hand it off. Here's Nelson. Good run. Has some power over the 45 to the 46-yard line and a 1st down. They're going to stop the clock, set the chains with 7 to go. But an outstanding run.
They're going to just let it run out, it looks like now.
And Nelson got that good block, couple of good blocks, and was able to use his speed to get up the middle, and that's going to be they're going to let the quarter come to an end, and the first half is in the books, and the Champlin Park Rebels lead the St. Michael-Albertville Knights by a score of 14-12. And for the Rebels, they give up that pick six, fall behind 6-0, storm back, take a 14-6 lead, but give the Knights credit. They marched right back down the field in that long drive to get right back in the game.
Yeah, you could see the rust has been knocked off both teams. They're both the sweat's going. It's going to be a fantastic second half coming up.
Two evenly matched teams here in the opener. St. Michael-Albertville on the road at Champlin Park. We'll take a break. Halftime coming up. Stick around for quarters 3 and 4 here on QCTV.
We get some time here today to speak with eighth-year head coach Nick Keenan. He's with Champlin Park Rebels. Running back Preston Nelson, Will Agunti, defensive lineman Ashton Tucker, offensive lineman.
I'm already missing it. Like, I can't wait.
Yeah, we had some adversity at the beginning of the year. We were missing some players.
Tilke's going to roll to the right. He's going to throw to the end zone. Knocked away. It's knocked away. And that was Matson. And Blaine will hang out.
Last year definitely was a really good learning year.
Our defense was working hard as a whole. We have all had like a we want to win type of mindset.
How does preparing for that opening of football and that whole football season go for you during that time?
Brand new weight room, great scoreboard, donated by our Traveling Baseball Association. So that's one of the biggest things that have changed. But you know, some of the kids are the same, some of the struggles are the same.
Switched a few things up from 2 years ago, last year. You know, it might be a little bit tough getting some new guys to understand, but we've been rolling pretty well so far.
A junior this season, but a starter last year, and had some great experience last year with the squad, and especially in the postseason. What did you take away from that experience?
You have to be like patient when playing with different people, because I didn't know anybody that was on that team because I had just gotten moved up. And playing with different people go different tempos, different speeds. You have to be coachable, and you have to be able to listen to your seniors and stuff.
2025 season and the 2025 Champlin Park Rebels team. What are 2 or 3 words you would choose at this point before the season gets underway to describe this team?
Okay, inexperienced is one.
Smaller senior class, but the ones that are out here, they're leading us for sure. And then us juniors, I think as we get more comfortable, some that came from sophomore and maybe some JV, they're getting more comfortable to lead us as well.
Hardworking is 2.
As a defensive lineman, I'm faster than most defensive linemen, so it's very easy to get by, and I also have strength. So when I combine the 2, it's pretty good.
3, more than one word, but you know, some of our best off-season training in a long time.
You know, as a team, I think that we've been playing a lot harder than last year compared to where we are right now. We just had a scrimmage and we looked pretty good. I think we ran really hard, so I think that's the big difference from last year, was where we're at now.
Ready, go.
I think that, you know, I know that we don't have the highest expectations, but I think that we're going to prove a lot of people wrong. I think that we have a very aggressive team right now.
We're only returning 3 starters, so a lot of positions to fill, a lot of competition. So maybe the word is competition.
I think we're gonna be solid. It's a new team. Like for me, all the seniors kind of left, so I wasn't worried, but I was anxious to see what we'd be like, and we held our own. We did good. I'm really excited. As long as we all work together, I think we'll be fine.
Our offensive linemen have really worked hard in the off-season, and so have our defensive lines. We touched on it earlier, but I think those guys have a really good opportunity if they can keep working technically on their steps, doing what Coach Corton asked them on the offensive line and what Coach Oakley and I asked them on the defensive line.
You're not getting any type of a rip or any type of a move with your arms. You're not throwing it. You're just coming straight off, and then you can just do this. You've got to bring it through there. You know what I mean? That's what they're trying to tell you. They know it. They got it. Here we go, guys.
When you watch film, you see the offensive line's tendencies, like sometimes they might lean forward on a run or take like a step back, or their right foot is usually back on like a pass play. And little things like that can really lead to like big plays.
I think last year, just kind of first time being on varsity, really playing, kind of a little bit of not unsure what I can do, but now, you know, playing a full season, I know what I can do.
Told the kids from day one, every season that we've been successful, we've had a good offensive line and a good defensive line. So really it starts up front. We put a lot of time into those kids, and we're excited what some of these young kids have to offer.
Swimming and diving are wonderful sports because everything's numbers. It's time-based, or it's point-based, score-based, so that you're able to track their progression, their improvement.
It's very consuming. I will say a lot of your time does get spent in the pool, which is hard. I mean, it's not easy all the time. It is a super hard sport, but it is worth it.
Obviously, our human bodies weren't made to do multiple flips off of a diving board. So you're challenging a lot of natural instincts. I have like a routine on the board to make every dive kind of feel the same.
The mental part of it is like, it sometimes feels like you're swimming by yourself, or like that you're just in the sport all by your lonesome. But I think I feel like it varies on teams, just because it's like, you can have a team that's like, oh, I don't really care what you're swimming, like I only care about myself, versus where this team is very like, they're encouraging you, so it's like you have that encouragement going into the race, and like, you know, people believe in you, to like, they think you're gonna succeed, so why can't I think that?
The best part is definitely like meeting all my new friends. Like, I've got so many great friendships out of this sport. Like, anyone that's looking for like a good group of girls, like all the girls here are just so nice. Like, if you want a good group of friends, I would totally come here, even if you don't know anyone on the team.
What are my personal goals as a coach? To help these athletes develop as competitors, but even more importantly, to be better people. We learn sportsmanship, we learn work ethic, we learn compassion and empathy through this sport. You have to be very self-driven to be willing to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for hours, or to go off the diving board and knowing that a little bit of a twist, and man, that hurts a lot.
Today we're paying tribute to the Champlin Utilities Department.
Great group of guys to work with, no complaints, got great mentors.
These guys play a critical role in residents receiving clean and accessible water in their homes. So we have a couple things going on today. We have Ashley Wagner from the Champlin Communications Department, who's getting a safety briefing as she prepares to climb all the way up the water tower with the Utilities Department. Hey, just a couple fun facts about water towers in Champlin. Also known as hydro pillars, hold 1 million gallons of water. But here's the thing, there are 2 water towers in Champlin, which equals 2 million gallons of water. So, as Ashley climbs the tower today, we're going to use this as a visual representation on how water starts from underground aquifers in a well house all the way to these 2 towers. So let's turn on Ashley's GoPro.
Hit record on this.
And we have friend of the show, Champlin Utilities operator, Jeremy Gaffey. Jeremy's going to walk us through exactly how residents get their water.
And that's pretty much how you get your water.
Wait, Jeremy, you started at the end. Let's rewind and start over.
We're at the well house earlier. That's the first part. That's where we get our water. All of the water in Champlin comes from underground aquifers. So we are 100% well water community, unlike some that are surface water. So water gets pumped from the wells to either one of the 2 treatment plants, treatment plant 1 or 2. At that point, it is treated with some chemicals to remove the iron and manganese from the water. So prior to hitting the filter, it gets a couple of chemicals to oxidize the iron and manganese.
From the water treatment plants, the water is sent through a filtration system that I was fortunate enough to visit, and it's remarkable to see the process. The city of Champlin really has a thorough process to treat this water and to remove any harmful chemicals or bacteria that may be present. The water then passes through a clear well for storage. So let's go back to Jeremy to learn what happens when the water reaches the towers.
Whatever does not get consumed out in the system fills up the water towers. So the water towers are just a part of that system. And so they're just storing the excess. That water is pumped up to a level of probably 140 feet in the air. And that elevation of water gives us our water pressure. So that water pressure is 0.433 psi per foot, so of elevation. So depending on where your house is in respective to the tower determines what your water pressure is going to be. So at the base of the tower, we're probably around 60 psi. But if your house is at a level that's a little bit lower than the tower, your pressure is going to be a little bit higher. In places in the southwest end of town, your pressure is going to be a little bit lower because you're higher elevation than what the base of the tower is. And that's pretty much how you get your water.
So when you get up here, reach over to this.
Got it? Oh my gosh.
You're on top of the world.
Oh my gosh.
Disconnect it.
It's beautiful.
Pull this onto the D-ring.
So the next time you use water in your home, now you know how and where it comes from. And maybe the next time you see a Champlin Utilities operator, hey, just give them a smile and maybe thank them for their hard work in the city of Champlin.
Did you know that every day, millions of children around the world go to bed hungry? At Feed My Starving Children, we're working hard to change that. But we can't do it alone. We need your help. It's a fun, rewarding, and impactful way to spend your time. Plus, it's something you can do with friends, family, or even your coworkers. Ages 5 and up and all abilities are welcome. We take care of you every step of the way, from greeting you at the door, increasing your understanding of the impact of world hunger, to specific volunteer roles. We're here to serve you. And together, we'll celebrate the powerful impact you've made in less than 2 hours. So join us at FMSC Coon Rapids and be part of something bigger than yourself. Find more details and sign up for a volunteer slot at fmsc.org/volunteer. Together we can feed every child until all are fed.
Consistency is definitely something that's always strive for to be achieved because it's really important in tennis. But also adding aggression is also really important.
In the past, we kind of just have been an aggressive attack type team. And we have, that's something that's really important to us. We've been trying to just make sure that we get all of our shots in, trying to be more consistent.
I have played since I was 7 years old, and I'm 55, so we're 48 years of playing tennis. Grew up in Fargo and played high school tennis and college tennis in North Dakota. I want them to get better at tennis by playing a lot of tennis and have a good time doing it. And I think, the more they have fun playing, the more likely they are to practice outside of our practices and get better.
So it definitely is an individual sport. That's something I've really noticed. You are on a team, but once you get out on the court, it is kind of just a you for you thing.
Really focus on staying in the match, not getting distracted in the matches around me or the people walking by or talking to you or whatever. And really focusing on the next point and just clearing your mind of whatever happened before that.
I do think something that helps is we always have team group meetings right before games. We always talk over what's our strategy, how are we going to attack this other opponent, what's our game plan, and that does kind of help bring us together as a team, I would say.
Really want to just feel grooved and good. So when we're practicing, we're trying to hit a ton of tennis balls and put them in game type situations.
My goals this season is definitely obviously to win. I hope to win as much matches as I can. Also, I want to get my serve stronger and add more pace to it, definitely.
Just expect a lot of close matches. We played 2 matches last Friday and they were both 4-3. One of them we won, one of them we lost. So I think we're going to have a lot of really close competitive matches.
Champlin's embedded social worker was actually out helping someone during our visit. So Chief of Police, Glenn Schneider, gave us a rundown of how this role has improved the city and why it's such a valuable position.
Social worker is new-ish to Champlin. We started 3 years ago under Chief Ty Schmidt, exploring the idea of getting a social worker that we could use and refer calls to that were really not law enforcement related calls, but calls that we go to all the time.
This program began in 2021 as part of a mental health initiative. Across Hennepin County and the nation, more police departments are embedding social workers to improve responses to mental health related calls and connecting people to the resources they need.
Social worker's job is really unique from a police officer. If you think about it, a police officer's job is to go out and solve the problem right now. Stop the emergency, fix the issue so that at least there's peace for the day. We don't have the tools, the training, we don't have the resources to provide that long-term solution for a person in need. That's where the social worker comes in.
Most often, these situations involve mental health, housing, or family concerns.
Our social worker does not go out with our officers to calls. They're not that type of response model. There are those models out there. We just don't have that in Champlin. Our social workers referred cases by the police officer. A police officer goes on a call, believes while on that call, this is something the social worker could help with. And they can refer that name and what's going on to our social worker. Our social worker would then follow up with this person. Do you want my help? Here are resources available for you. And then do that continuing follow-up. And that's kind of one point of it. I mean, often our social worker really spends most of their time on mental health issues and concerns, providing resources for drug counseling, rehabilitation, maybe it's some parent and child counseling, and they're not counselors themselves, but they can refer you to services that are either provided by the county, sometimes free, sometimes there's a small fee. They leave that up to each person, but they have that background and ability to do that.
This partnership not only brings more resources to residents, but also gives officers valuable training and perspective.
First, education. Our officers have access to speak with Darcy whenever they want. Darcy comes in for roll calls She stays late for nighttime roll calls. Sometimes she works even at night with the officers at night. So we all have that ability to approach her, talk through a call with her, get her feedback on what we could do to mitigate the situations at the time, right? So we get that training from Darcy that we wouldn't have otherwise, other than reading some material. It gives the officers the softer side of response, if you will. Not every call is an arrest, and we know that. We understand that, but it kind of reinforces that sometimes we should be looking for the root cause and not just the immediate problem, right? We should be going out there and trying to find out what that root cause of that problem is so that can be addressed. And so and all that exposure helps.
It's about providing safety, support, and solutions that go beyond a single police call.
Absolutely. It's certainly somebody who's at risk. It provides that safety catch net. It provides resources that we would not have sent their way that are now being sent to them. Maybe it solves the problem altogether. If nothing else, it brings a second voice in that's non-law enforcement related that maybe somebody will listen to better.
If you or someone you know needs help connecting with resources, you can always call 911 or visit the City of Champlin's police page on the city website to reach out to the embedded social worker directly. Together, the Champlin Police Department and their embedded social worker are creating stronger connections, reducing stigma, and helping residents find long-term solutions.
Opening night, high school football 2025, and Champlin Park leading St. Michael-Albertville 14-12. Steve Thompson, Jim Childs, our QCTV crew on a gorgeous Thursday night heading into Labor Day weekend. And let's take a look at what happened in what turned out to be a wild first half. There was a lot of action and some really big plays. And there's a pick six and a huge play for St. Michael-Albertville. And Kyan Beaumont takes it to the house. And the Knights have a 6-0 lead. They miss the extra point. And then the Rebels come right back. And look at that. Axness on the pass from Felton into the end zone. Great run, great throw. And the Rebels grab a 7-6 lead. Then how about this run, Jim?
It's incredible. You see right there, Preston with an excellent run and just able to get across the goal line. He looked like he was stuck in the back. And this drive right here, Steve, unbelievable by St. Michael. 17 plays, 73 yards, methodically moves down for the touchdown on a 2-yard plunge. 4-yard plunge, sorry, yes.
Yeah, and they really mixed it up on that drive, but you don't see many 17-play drives. And that's what happened on that drive for St. Michael-Albertville. 2-point conversion, incomplete. And the Rebels lead at 14-12 at the half. Once again, great crowd, both sides of the field. 6 o'clock start tonight. So here we are coming up on 7:20. And we'll be starting the third quarter and get used to it. All home games in the Anoka Hennepin School start at 6. By the way, Champlin Park, they'll be on the road next week at Andover, a game you'll see here on QCTV. Speaking of Andover, they're at Wayzata tonight. Meanwhile, the Anoka Tornadoes at Eden Prairie. Those are 7 o'clock starts. So both teams, tough ones to open.
Yeah, old Lake Conference right off the start with Eden Prairie and Wayzata as Andover makes their mark back into the top league, first time in 6A. Some stats, Steve, coming in from halftime for the Rebels. On the ground, they had 125 yards, one pass completed for 23 yards. That was a touchdown to Axis. 148 yards total offense for the Knights. 46 yards on the ground, 36 through the air, total of 82. And you had mentioned was 73 yards on that one drive alone. So they had momentum going into halftime with that touchdown and that long drive.
Yeah, so two evenly matched teams, 4 and 6 a year ago. Champlin Park, 16 underclassmen among their 22 starters on both sides of the ball. But Nick Keenan, once again, told you pregame, if you missed it, that he's really proud of this group. They really stick together. They work hard ever since getting to high school and being a part of this program. And there's no doubt the Rebels have to be excited, not only about this year, but certainly next year in the experience this group's going to have.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I think they need to be excited for this year. As you can see there, the dynamic legs of your quarterback. And I called him Preston. I'm sorry, it was Miles Felton. He's dynamic. He's got a great arm, especially when he gets out in space, and he can pull it down and take off as well. And Preston Nelson in the backfield. He had a good first half. He was 13 carries for 58 yards.
Well, the Rebels have a good kicker in Trace Fitzgerald. And he'll kick it off. He's shown a big leg. High end over end. Floating kick taken at the 12-yard line. And the Rebels are there right away. And a very short return. And St. Michael-Albertville will get a first down and 10, down 14-12 at their own 24-yard line.
Well, the proverbial halftime adjustments that we will see coming up here. We'll see how the Rebels attack the defense or the offense now with the long drive, and see if there's any changes at all defensively.
First down at 10, their own 24-yard line. Ty Herring, the quarterback. Braylon Bohm, the running back. Carter Wigfield, the fullback, and they'll try the left side, and there's plenty of running room. And Bohm out to the 35-yard line. And that is a quick gain of 11. They'll move the sticks. First down and 10 for St. Michael-Albertville. So they just ran off the left side and found a lot of running room for Bohm.
Yeah, really a nice job on the far side just to seal it off. Elijah Wilson, or Lewis over on the other side, just making blocks, being able to open it up and open up the sideline.
For the Rebels up front, Agunti, Finley, Kamara, and Purnell. Rest of that Rebels D in a moment. The quarterback, Herring, gives it off on the left side, and they'll get a few pretty good push over there out to the 44-yard line. Another nice run, and they fed Bohm again, and why not? So he has a couple of quick carries out of the gate and has it out to the 39-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play there.
Bohm on the first two drives, he was the only one that carried the ball other than the interception pass, and then they started to spread it out. Three other runners had ball carriers on that last drive, including Herring, who's got 2 fourth down conversions.
Wigfield, the fullback, right behind the quarterback. Herring under center. They'll give it to the tailback, Bohm, and Bohm barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Outstanding job by the Rebels defense. And up front, they had outstanding penetration as they shut that one down immediately. And Logan Leonhardt did an outstanding job. Damon Torkey, Charles Oghetto are the linebackers. And they really made that play.
Yeah, Finley in there as well. He blew it up. This is a big third down. If you can, I mean, you're kind of on the do you go for it on fourth down? Do you not? Depending on if they can get some plus yardage on this.
Herring's going to be 5 yards deep. Sends 2 to the right, 1 to the left, 2 slot backs. He's going to roll out, come near side. He's going to throw on the run. Has a man, and it's caught. This is Bohm. Bohm into Rebels territory. Is going to be brought down at the 29-yard line. But a well-designed play as he rolled to his right. Bohm snuck out of there and was left wide open for a big gainer.
Well, it came right out of the backfield. And Bohm with a rollout and drops a dime. A gain of 32.
32-yard gain on that play. First down and 10. And St. Michael-Albertville on their opening drive that started at the 24-yard line have it in Rebels territory. Once again, Ty Herring, the senior quarterback, got a lot of snaps a year ago. He's going to roll left this time. He's being chased. Spins back the other way. Now has plenty of running room. Look out. 25, 20, and steps out of bounds at the 17-yard line. They're going to maybe give him the 16 on that play. That'll be a gain of 13 and another Knights first down.
Well, a great decision. You can see it. Herring was a starter last year. He understands what's going on. Nothing. Great coverage and a little bit of an over pursue by Ogente.
Yeah,
Herring,
and he just spun around the other way, and then there was no Rebels at home allow him to get to that first down and 10. Once again, Bohm, the running back. Slot back in motion is Wigfield. They're going to go right up the gut, and he is going to be dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Good defensive play by the Champlin Park Rebels, and coming in there is Sean Kamara, and we're going to call it maybe a gain of 1.
Yeah, it was a little counter, and Kamara just was standing right in the hole. No place for Boone to go.
Inside of 9 to go in the third quarter, opening drive for St. Michael-Albertville. Rebels lead it by 2, but the Knights are threatening. Herring's going to come up under center, slots to the right. Now that slot back goes in motion. That's Wigfield. Bohm, the running back, play action. Herring rolling out under pressure. He's stacked back at the 27-yard line. Big play for the Rebels there defensively.
Well, on the left tackle there is Mason Highblock, and he just got taken out. And an outstanding by Janelle Purnell, and nothing at all that Herring could do. That was just an excellent defensive play. Knocks them back big time.
They're going to mark him forward progress at the 26. There was absolutely no forward progress. That was all going in reverse for Herring. He loses 11 on the play. Now it's third down and a mile for St. Michael-Albertville. Back at their own 26-yard line. Huge defensive play for the Rebels there. The sack by Purnell. Herring under pressure, rolling to the left, being chased, picked off down at the 10-yard line. Second interception of the game for the Rebels. They're going to get it back deep in their own territory.
Well, what a great play. That play was started by Will Genty. He was just chasing down, and Herring just ran out of time. He had to get rid of the ball. He felt like he had to get rid of the ball as he rolls out to his left. And you could see just the pursuit of the Rebels defense makes that turnover again.
Mario Robinson with the pick.
Yes.
And now the Rebels are going to have it first down and 10, deep in their own territory. They'll be at their own 5-yard line. But more importantly, they preserve the lead. They're up by 2. They'll take the ball at their own 1-yard line.
Yeah, absolutely. Defense got bent but did not break. They got the turnover, the second one of the game.
They're going to call it the 6 where this drive starts. 7:41 to go in the third. And not much. Kind of run right up the middle on that play. And we got a player limping out of there. And a player goes down, one of the old linemen. The quarterback popped out of there, Miles Felton. But more importantly, injury on the field. Champlin Park, O-line, Cooper, Fenlison, Yang, Schornstein, Tucker.
That's
one of the big guys down on the deck.
Jason Cooper down. It's a junior.
And they're looking at his ankle.
And
here's that upcoming schedule, Jim.
Yeah, you mentioned at the end over Huskies. Good to see them back on the schedule for our membership here. And they're going to host Centennial, and they're back on the road for the Rogers, who just re-entered 6A or just entered 6A for the first year.
All
and
those games are not on the 5th, however.
Yes, you're right.
They'll spread them out.
It's a triple
and
header.
Over next week.
It's a triple header.
And then here we go, St. Michael-Albertville. They get Minnetonka. Of course, they jump right into that very tough Lake Conference schedule. Their first home game next week against Minnetonka. They'll be on the road at Wayzata, then host Eden Prairie and Edina. And their outstanding senior quarterback, Mason West, who is a phenomenal football player and hockey player.
Can you imagine being drafted in the first round before your senior year? It's just unbelievable. What a phenomenal athlete.
Felton, the quarterback, Nelson, the running back. Second down, 9 yards to go for the Rebels. Coming up on 7 to go in the quarter. They'll try the right side. Not much doing. Rebels in the shadow of their own goal line, playing it conservative. Nelson, a short gain. It'll set up third down.
Billy Vang now in the junior, number 71, in now at left tackle for the Rebels.
So first down marker, the 16. It is third down and 7 yards to go.
You wonder if you have the intestinal fortitude to throw it. If it is, it's going to be it needs to be something quick and
make it third down and 8. Rolling out, Felton the quarterback in his own end zone.
Oh.
Stiff arm, throws out of bounds. It's going to be fourth down, so Rebels don't get much done. They'll punt it away in their own end, and they're going to rely on Trace Fitzgerald to kick it out of there.
Well, I'm sure the coaching staff probably needs a little defibrillation after that one. Just about a safety. Able to get out of the grasp, and he makes a smart move just to be able to save a couple of yards there. So
these teams played a year ago.
Yeah.
In Albertville, and St. Michael-Albertville won it 14-7, and these teams playing another tight one, 14-12 Rebels midway through the third. Fitzgerald to punt in his own end zone. He gets the snap away and gets a high end-over-end kick, and it'll be fair caught at the 38-yard line. So good smart play there by Cooper Henson to come under that one. And now St. Michael-Albertville is going to have a short field down by 2.
I think there's a flag down.
I don't know if they're going to make them re-kick this. If it is on the Rebels, I would assume you would, because a lot of bad things can happen when you're punting from your own end zone, and I don't know why Jared Essler wouldn't make him kick it if it is indeed on the Rebels.
Well, he's looking at the sideline. I wonder if they're going to. I think it's on St. Michael-Albertville.
So fourth down and 8 at the 9-yard line.
It'd have to be a personal foul to be able to be a first down. So some discussion between the officials.
When I got to the booth, there were 2 cans of Wasp and Hornet spray.
Running into the kicker on the receiving team. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay fourth down.
So it was just a running into the kicker. It wasn't a personal foul, so it's still going to be fourth down, and the Rebels are going to need to kick it again. And I think the reason they were so animated on the sideline, that looked pretty rough.
Yeah, that looks more than running into the kicker.
And that's why the Rebels sideline was so animated. They thought it should have been a 15-yarder. They didn't get it.
Yep.
So they will punt it away. And Trace Fitzgerald. The Rebels have to be thrilled with their kicking game and what they've seen. High snap, brings it down, kicks it away. Another good kick, and that's going to go out to the 44. Tackled immediately at the 43-yard line. Great coverage by Champlin Park. So actually Champlin Park gains a little on that, about 5 yards. From the 38 back to the 43. How about that?
Yeah, and that I think that was Luke's again. That was Mario Robinson again. Boy, I tell you what, he's had a game. He was a gunner down there, beats him down there. Great tackle.
And that was really a nice kick in the end zone. A little bit of a high snap, and Fitzgerald stayed calm, got a good kick away, and then outstanding coverage, as you pointed out. First down at 10, St. Michael-Albertville. This is Herring, the quarterback. They've leaned on Bohm, the running back, quite a bit. And he will take it and go up the middle for a few. Make it 2 to the 41-yard line. Maybe they'll be generous and give him the 40. And a pretty good play there defensively by Champlin Park. Finley.
Yeah, we've had a couple of penalties, procedure penalties that you kind of expect on the first game, but no holding. We haven't had a hold yet. Haven't had a pass interference. Of course, we haven't had a lot of passes, but
I hope you didn't jinx it. Second down and 7. Eye behind the quarterback. Tailback gets it. Bohm bounces to the outside, cuts it back to about the 33, where he's smacked down hard, very near a first down. And over there for the Rebels on the play, it appears to be Logan Leonhardt. Leonhardt and Torkey have done a really nice job in the linebacker spot. They've been involved a lot.
They both have over a handful of tackles so far.
They do give him the first down. Needed the 33, and he got it. Gain of 7 on the play. First down for St. Michael-Albertville. Their 5th of the half. They had a drive that started at the 24-yard line, stalled with the pick. Deep in Rebels territory, straight back. Here's Herring. Herring toward the near sideline. Good coverage. No, too good.
Yep.
The flag's going to fly.
He impeded the receiver coming back, but it was...
I think in the dictionary next to impeded is that play.
yes. So, I can't see the number over there. But
looked like they were trying to hit Fauché.
Yeah, it was Fauché, who's got 2 catches already.
Pass interference, defense, number 12. 15-yard penalty, first down.
That is a big 15-yarder.
So Sano gets the penalty. And you had mentioned Fauché was just trying to get back. And no turn of the head.
So now St. Michael-Albertville right back at it, down by 2.
Well, they've lived in Rebel territory this half so far.
They have a wide receiver split to the near sideline. That's Lewis. On the running back. And he got hit in the backfield again. Terrific defensive play. Firing in there again was Torkey. And Torkey got an arm on him, slowed him down, and he loses ground. Or maybe barely got back to the line of scrimmage. You'll give him forward progress to the 18, but that's it. No gain.
I got to tell you, Torkey and Lenhart have, like you mentioned, it. And Champlin Park has always had really good linebackers. It's just kind of a staple of who they are. And we're seeing a couple of really good linebacker juniors come out tonight.
Fauché alone on the near side. A bit of a bubble screen, and that's no gain. Good coverage out there by the Rebels. And who else on that play but Torkey?
Yeah, yep.
He read it all the way. No gain. And now it's third down. 10 yards to go. So 2 excellent defensive play by the Rebels, trying to protect this 2-point lead under 4 to go in the third.
Zach Marble, the kicker, if they don't make it. He was 7 for 7 last year in field goals.
Both teams feature good kickers. Here's Ty Herring, senior quarterback. Spreads them out. Empty backfield. He's going to drop back. Quarterback draw, tries to escape, still on his feet. Isn't going to get the first down, but gets inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. He got spun around and dropped. Good tackle there. Brandon Finley for the Rebels. Wouldn't let him go.
So do you kick the field goal here, Steve, and take the 1-point lead, or do you go for the touchdown? It looks like they're going for the first down, at least the first down.
What hardly a breeze anymore.
Nope.
The Old Glory on the north end of the stadium. Not moving much. And here's the quarterback, Herring.
We need to call timeout.
Fauché in the backfield. 4th down and 5. Herring rolls to his right, under pressure. Can't get away. And he's wrapped up. Will Agunti sacks him. Rebels get the ball.
Agunti has just his pursuit is unbelievable. His motor kept going. Able to get free, down. He had the fullback on him, and Agunti able to just toss him aside, and Herring not able to get past the defensive end.
Huge play by this Rebels defense, sets them up 1st down and 10. This time with a little more breathing room in their own end. And 2:52 to go in quarter number 3. Gigantic play by Agunti, and now the Rebels back in business. Felton, the quarterback. Nelson, the running back, to his right. Player goes in motion. And that is a receiver, Fitzgerald, not a short hop. We'll call that all. They're still running the play. I thought that one hit the ground for sure, unless they thought it was a lateral out there.
It wasn't a lateral. Yeah, that was.
I definitely want to see that one again. Second down, 10 yards to go at the 19-yard line. Here it is. And goes in motion, Fitzgerald, and he threw it. Must have been a one-hop lateral. That's scary. And it was fielded by
that's
Fitzgerald. So it is a run.
Yeah.
Second down and 10.
Fortunate to get even one to keep the ball at least.
Quarterback keeper, and that is Felton to the 20. Third down. I don't know if I have ever seen that. I don't even want to think how many football games I've called. I do not ever think I've seen a one-hop lateral like that. That is really unusual. You never know what you're going to see when you come out.
Well, we've seen some things over the years, Steve, together, but I can tell you that would be the first time that you that I have seen that too. And it looked like a forward pass from up here. I just, of course,
I thought, incomplete pass. No, second down. Now third down.
Offside, false start.
And the Rebels are getting another false start. And if you look at this opener tonight, they did give up the pick six, but that's probably been the biggest blemish of the false starts.
Yep, you're absolutely right. And you can see the adjustments on the St. Michael's side. They are just not allowing them to run. They're actually, looks like they've gone to a 4-3 instead of a 3-4. They had started with a 3-4.
Yeah, they opened with that 3-4. Selberg, Harris, Steele up front. Then Young, Marble, Quate, Carger, the linebackers. Anderson, Beaumont, Mosier, and Sanyune in the defensive backfield. And the quarterback in all sorts of trouble. He's going to be swarmed under inside the 10. And the Rebels losing ground and really struggling offensively here in the third quarter. Now, field position has not been on their side.
No, they've been fortunate. They've had a turnover they've received a turnover in the red zone, and they've been able to stop on fourth down in the red zone. This one, the coverage by the Knights was incredible. Everyone, was stuck to someone.
Fourth down. And a long way to go. Line of scrimmage at 10. They need the 29 for a first down. And the snap, Fitzgerald in his own end zone again in this quarter. Fair catch signal. It's going to bounce. Might hit somebody. That may have hit St. Michael-Albertville. No, they're going to say it hit a Rebel and was pounced on at the 39-yard line.
I think it actually did. I think they just recovered it. Let's see right here as it comes out. One of the up back, and it hits right on the shoulder pad, and a scrum for it. St. Michael-Albertville able to recover it. Boy, another.
And that's an example of the return guy has to tell all the other guys coming back, get out of the way.
Yep.
Run for the sideline, head for the hills.
Another plus drive started by the Knights.
At the 39. And here they go, and Herring hands it off around the end. Bohm fights inside the 30, maybe the 29-yard line. That should be enough for a first down, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter. So St. Michael-Albertville with the ball again in Rebels territory to start. And when we go to the fourth, they're down by 2, but they have a chance to tie the game, grab the lead here. Once again, a scoreless third quarter, but St. Michael-Albertville threatening when we come back. Steve Thompson, Jim Childs, and our great QCTV crew here in a Friday night season opener. Champlin Park leading St. Michael-Albertville 14-12 here on QCTV.
Hi, my name is Rachel Bonesock. I am the co-founder and executive director of Northern Stars Center for the Performing Arts. We are a performing arts center that brings you theater, dance, and music year-round with all ages and all abilities. If you are 4 to 104, we welcome you. We are a big family at Northern Stars, and we love to have everybody in the community support and be a part of what we have available for everyone. We are always looking for volunteers. We run on volunteer support at Northern Stars. So if you're interested in volunteering for anything, any of our events that are upcoming, we do theater, dance, and music. And we have a large event center that we hire artists, professional artists to come in and entertain the community as well as our theater. We would love to have you join us. You can email me at Rachel@NorthernStars with a Z, Rachel@northernstars.org, or you can give us a call at 612-326-6158. Check out our website. We have a lot going on, northernstars.org. Thank you.
And the Knights have the ball. They've run a lot of plays. Jim has a number that'll really stand out in a moment. Herring throws it off to the right. Bubble screen. Gain of about 4 or 5 inside the 25 to the 24. And St. Michael-Albertville took the opening drive at their own 24. It ended in an interception. They started to drive at the Rebels 43, and now the Rebels 39-yard line, and they've run a ton of plays.
Yeah, you're right. Since that touchdown drive, that 17-yard drive was actually since then, that was the 34th offensive play for the Knights, comparative to 9 for the Rebels. So complete domination right now as far as time of possession in favor of the Knights.
Rebels defense has been put in a bad spot in that third quarter, and they have done an outstanding job. Here's the upcoming schedule on the QCTV stream, QCTV.org, and at YouTube /QCTV, and then, of course, on cable TV here in the northern suburbs. Football game tonight, and then next week, Forest Lake and Anoka. Well, we got Champlin Park and Andover, so we have a football doubleheader next week.
And then we've got the soccer coming up on the Rebels and the Huskies from Andover High School on Thursday next week.
Yeah, soccer, then football. A couple of football games next Friday night. So we will be very busy. And then on Saturday, the big Happy Days parade. So here we go, second down. 6 yards to go. Or St. Michael-Albertville. Down by 2, up the middle. And that is Bohm for a couple before he's wrapped up. Another good defensive play by Kamara. He'll set up third down. And at some point, St. Michael-Albertville on these short fields, they keep knocking at the door. Eventually, they're going to punch one in.
Yeah, and, you know, the Rebels have, they have played with fire down here. 2 red zone stops without any points for them. We'll see if they kick the field goal this next one to be able to take the lead at least.
They're down and short. And the other running back in the game, and that is Mosier. And Mosier got the first down as he tripped but stumbled forward. And they're going to give him forward progress to the 16-yard line. So a gain of 5 on the play. Another first down on this drive that started at the Rebels' 39-yard line.
Methodical. That is probably the adjective I'd use for the offense for the Knights right now.
Their second touchdown drive, their only touchdown drive, 17 plays. Toss sweep near side. Mosher got shoved from behind. He'll fall forward for a yard or so. Or it'll be second down there. He got shoved from behind rudely. Good defensive play here.
Yeah, Lenhart comes over and says, I'm just done. Just go down right there.
It is a 15-yard line, second down and 9. But once again, they got the pick 6 to take the 6-0 lead. Rebels scored 2 touchdowns in a row to go up 14-6. But that long drive, 17 plays. And like I say, at any level, you don't see that very often. Formation behind the quarterback, Herring. Long count. Play action. Goes straight back. Has time. Drops the ball. And pounces on it back at the 27. It just slipped out of his hand.
He looked like he was ready to pull the trigger, and as he squeezed to go forward, it just popped out. Herring back. And, yeah, it just slipped out of his hands. That's a loss of, that's a loss of 8.
All the way back to the 26-yard line, so it is going to set up 3rd down and very long, so that Rebels defense gets some help there as the ball slipped out of Herring. You're right. He was ready to load it up, and it slipped away. It is not raining.
No.
It is not cold. Just slipped out of there. Herring again, straight back, fires it over the middle. It's caught. Caught inside the 10, still fighting near the 5. Scrum ensues, still on his feet near the 1-yard line. What a battle down there, and what a catch and a fight for Elijah Lewis. That is a gain of
26 yards.
Yeah, it was back at the 26. They get it down to the 1-yard line. Gain of 25. And a 1st and goal. Wow. And then Lewis just would not go down. He got help. Almost got it to the goal line.
What a conversion. Great 3rd down conversion by the Knights.
Mosier, the deep back in the eye behind the quarterback. We have flags.
Yeah, motion. Or false start. Yeah.
And the Rebels get another break.
Yeah.
False start. Offense. Number 49.
Is it a break for the Rebels, or is it another
1st down.
bullet to the foot of the Knights?
Yeah, Wigfield with the false start.
Now we're
going to get another timeout. And this Rebels defense has to be gassed.
Yes.
That stat you threw out, Jim, illustrates how much these guys have been on the field. And we got cramping. You brought that up, hydrating yesterday. But they have been on the field a ton and have been put in a really tough spot.
Yeah, they have. And there's some mileage that has gone off that defense tonight. Give the Knights credit. They could have folded up the tents and walked away. They were getting dominated in the first quarter and a half, quarter and a third, and then just decided, hey, we're gonna make a drive, and they have. And since then, it has been pretty much all Knights.
8:08 to go in the 4th quarter. You can see the fans here on the Rebel side. Or is that the
that was the Knights side? There's the student section.
Yeah.
It's patriotic Rebel dress tonight. Of course, the super fans will coordinate all that.
Yeah, the sun is set, so the visitor side can see more of the action. It's kind of tough early in the game, especially early in the year and the 6 o'clock kickoffs now. And now we're ready to go out of that timeout. That cramp player comes to the sideline, still trying to walk that off. That is Brandon Finley.
Oh, he's had a game. He's been in the backfield a handful of times tonight. You got that big package in again.
So now after the penalty, 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. And the deep back is Mosier. And Mosier's going to get it. And he got hit right away. Maybe the line of scrimmage. He just got smacked.
Well, Phil Harris is back there. He didn't follow Phil. He decided to go on in his own way, and like you said, he found out that maybe following 90 is a good idea.
Yeah, 6'1", 247. You follow that.
Yep.
No gain on the play. Great defensive play by the Rebels. Can they keep doing it? They protected a 2-point lead throughout the 3rd. Here we are in the 4th, and Champlin Park's going to take a timeout. They didn't like the looks of something with Bohm back in the game. And now we'll talk it over again with 7:24 to go in the 4th. And there's an opportunity in all of this. If some way, somehow, the Rebels defense can 2-point lead, then the Rebels offense, if they can step up, pick up some first downs, it's ball game.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times you think about, momentum. Well, momentum, huge, swings to the side of the Rebels. Now it has been on the side of the Knights. Now, God, you know what? You'd think it's got to come back to the center and at least have Champlin Park get some of it going. But I think here's the question. It's 2nd down right now. Let's say, you stop them on 3rd and 2nd and 3rd down. Do you kick the field goal? Do you take that 1-point lead with, probably around 5.5, 6 minutes left? I think
you you mentioned Zach Marble and his numbers. The kicker for St. Michael-Albertville, he had a really nice year ago, a season ago, and as you pointed out, was money, and you've got good weather, hardly any wind, turf. I mean, there's a lot in favor of the kicker in a spot like this.
Yeah,
because right now you're almost in extra point territory.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're 2.5 yards away from extra point territory. You're right.
So Bowman's the tailback, Herring under center. Second down and goal. Herring's going to roll out. He has a man in the flat, short hops him. Threw it behind him and low. And now it's third and goal.
And now we got another cramp.
That was Jaden Carger, the intended receiver.
And Will Ogente got a cramp. He's down. So it's third down from the 6. You do 2 runs. The Rebels have, they have dodged 2 bullets so far. Are they going to dodge a third? I mean, it's really unbelievable.
Yeah, and they have made big plays.
Yeah,
I mean,
they have.
You give them credit. Very big plays, and the defense has really stepped up in protecting that 14-12 halftime lead. They were able to make some big stands in the third. Now they're trying to do it here in the fourth. Still plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
If St. Michael-Albertville was able to break the seal and get into the end zone.
Yes.
Or get the field goal to take the lead. Still plenty of time for the Rebels. But that Rebels defense has done unbelievable work on short field. Now granted, they gave up that long opening drive, but they did get the pick to stall that drive. And once again, St. Michael-Albertville drive starting at the Rebels 43, the Rebels 39. And that offense, as you pointed out here in the half, I have Champlin Park on offense running just 6 plays.
Yes.
There was a penalty in there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they've got 9 since that touchdown that they scored, that touchdown drive where Felton scored. They've had 9 plays, 9 offensive plays.
Yeah, and a gorgeous scrambling run by Felton to get it into the end zone. Of course, Felton for the Rebels tonight, touchdown pass to Isaac Axness, and Axness did about 5 yards of that work on his own with half the St. Michael-Albertville Knights on his back as he carried him into the end zone. And we still have a cramp. And I wonder if we've got a public service announcement for pickle juice.
Pickle juice and Gatorade and some of the stuff. I had a conversation with one of the trainers last year on one of the hot days, and they said, you know what, we have there are products out there that we tell them to use, and they just don't like the taste. Yeah. But if they do it, the guys that do it don't run into it, and you can see the Gatorade jugs there right now. They a great ad for pickle juice and Gatorade.
Well, and the thing is, and you hear this all the time, that hydrating is something, and you brought it up at the top of our telecast tonight. That needs to start earlier.
Yes, absolutely.
That's got to start the day before.
Yeah. Drinking 16 ounces before the game doesn't go right into your tissues. So here, Steve, the tallest wide receiver for St. Michael-Albertville is Dylan Faucher. Is Fauché. I think that's the guy that you look for right now. That's Fauché on some kind of corner route. See if you can get a pass interference or a chance to throw it up and have a jump ball.
Well, Agunti came off with the cramp. That is third and goal from the 6-yard line. St. Michael-Albertville still down by 2. Here we are in the fourth. The quarterback, Herring's going to hand it off. This is Bohm, not much. They go right back up the gut and right into the teeth of the Rebels defense, and they make another play now, 4th and goal, and another Rebel is down.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
And Bohm, nothing doing there.
Yeah.
And grabbing him from behind and doing a terrific job, Jalen Purnell for the Rebels.
Burnell's had a really nice night, and now it looks like we got a hamstring cramp on Kamara.
And those are no fun. And another timeout. Now, on the flip side, we haven't seen any cramping for St. Michael-Albertville in this game. But I think it's a little different offense versus defense, and how much that defense has been on the field.
Yeah.
I just can't stress it enough. You know, the amount of time they have been out there with their backs against the wall, and the Rebels still lead 14-12 in a gigantic 4th and goal play coming up. And we don't have any indication that the Knights are going to kick it.
There's our perch right there. And, I think we saw Marble coming out. I think that right at the end we saw Zach Marble coming out. So Marble, number 8, he's out on the field right now. Last year, 7 for 7. At least that's what the stats that we have said. Longest was in the, around 35 yards. So this one, if it's at about the 6-yard line, it'll be about a 24-yard field goal.
And this will be their 10th play of the drive.
Yeah.
And we already mentioned that 17-play drive that pulled them to within 2. The 2-point try failed on that. So Marble apparently is going to trot out.
Yep.
And we'll see where they're going to put the spot down, but
it's right in the middle, almost dead center.
Yeah, so Holder's going to kneel down. That's Ty Herring, the quarterback. He could throw out of there. He's going to kneel down at the 13, so it'll be a 23-yarder for Marble. Hardly a breeze. This to give the Knights the lead. Once again, the QB is the holder. Watch out. High snap. Brought it down. Blocked. It's blocked by the Rebels. Ball is loose. Champlin Park comes up big again.
Unbelievable. Eric Lukes just shoots a gap. Nobody touched him and dives, gets his right arm out in front of the kick. You can see him coming in from the right as right paw knocks it down. What a play by Lukes.
How about this defense here in the second half? Backs against the wall time and time again. This time a special teams play, and the Rebels get it. Now, with 6:56 to go and a 2-point lead, the offense can put together a bit of a drive. Rebels could win this opener at home. And let's see what Miles Felton, Preston Nelson, and company have in the backfield.
Yeah, they need to get at least a couple of first downs and give this defense a little bit of a break.
Felton with Nelson to his left in the backfield.
Oh.
We have another
false start. Woo.
That hurts. And they have not had good field position at all. It goes without saying. Drives have started at their own 6, their own 19. This one was going to start at the 12.
And Landon Leonhardt jumps.
And that takes them back to the 7-yard line, and then that gets scary as well. And now the quarterback is going to run and not too much. And St. Michael-Albertville, they smell that.
Yep.
And they know what they're going to try and do. And maybe it's one of those where maybe they got to try and roll out and throw one. Because, they've been very, very conservative in their own end, and rightfully so, trying to nurse a 2-point lead.
Yeah, but right now you have to see if you can at least get some kind of first down. It has, their largest gain in the second half is 1 yard.
They split them out. Coming to the near side, Landon Olsen-Gray. And they're going to run that quarterback to the outside. Is he going to get the line of scrimmage? Yes, and maybe another yard. And Now it's going to be third down, and Miles Felton's going to come over and get a play.
So it'll be third down and 15 from the 7.
Yeah, and the penalty's just a killer.
Yeah.
I mean, that just sets you back. And that's one of the things, certainly, when they go back to work and look at film, they're going to want to clean up. But that defense in the third and now here in the fourth, and that big special teams play on the block field goal, and the Rebels some way, somehow still have the lead. Huge third and 15 coming up. Felton from his own end zone is going to step up, has some running room. 15, 20, dives near a first down. If he got it, that is gigantic. Just an old
like
quarterback draw, and he did get it.
He got it.
Wow. What an escape act there.
Huh.
In his own end zone, found room and ran right up the middle.
And lowers the shoulder and gets to the 22. I think everybody on the Champlin Park side has a little sigh of relief there.
Gain of 16, but Miles Felton, huge run there. And, of course, he had that spectacular touchdown run that ultimately gave the Rebels the lead 14-6. Here's Nelson off the left side, churning over the 25, maybe to the 26-yard line. More importantly, clock on the move, 4:30 to go.
Nelson in the first half had 13 carries, 58 yards. Second half, 2 carries, 4 yards.
And it's just been circumstances more than anything. And now they've got a little bit of breathing room, and the clock on the move. Timeout remaining, by the way, and that could be a factor. St. Michael-Albertville 3, Champlin Park 2. And the Rebels trying to get that 14-12 lead to the finish line. And avenge that 14-7 loss to the Knights in Albertville a year ago. Once again, the quarterback, Felton. Some huge runs. And give it Nelson, left side. He darts out of there. Look out! 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Good night! Rebels lead at 20-12.
74-yard touchdown scamper. And that two carries for 4 yards. I guess he kind of increased that average per carry on that one. Great job on the left side, blocking out front. You saw McNamara out there, and look at the speed of Preston Nelson as he's able to outrun the secondary. Of course, he's got some fresh legs.
Just a backbreaker for St. Michael-Albertville, knocking at the door in the third, again in the fourth, stymied. And then the Rebels get the huge run from Felton for a first down, and then Nelson to the house. And now the Rebels have a chance to make it a 2-possession game with the extra point here. And Fitzgerald has been good. And the holder Miller. Snap good, spot good, kick, low line drive is good. And the Rebels lead at 21-12. 9-point lead with 3:38 to go. And if you did hand out game balls, it starts with the defense, and then a couple of huge plays by the quarterback and the running back, Felton and Nelson, to seal the deal.
Well, you know, what a turn of events. I mean, it has been, a cat who's got 9 lives. He's only has 6 left right now because they've had 3 red zone stops and not allowing a point in the second half have the Rebels. And they have been outgained and outplayed a lot in the second half, but they've been really resilient.
And Nelson showed that in the first half, the ability to find seam and bust through it. He had a big run in that first half, 19 yards, I think, or in that neighborhood. And then they went back left, and he broke it out and up and goodbye. And now Fitzgerald to kick it off, and now that Rebel special teams wants to make a play, don't give up a big return. And Fitzgerald drops a hammer on it, carries back to the goal line into the end zone, touchback, and that's exactly what they wanted.
Well, now Nelson, 16 carries, 136 yards and a touchdown. You know, and first of all, outstanding run, but you got to go back to the third down play where Felton was in the shadow of his own end zone on a third down and 15, and he gets 16 yards. Outstanding.
So the Rebels, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 1 through the air. Felton through the air to Axness early, then Felton on the ground, and then Nelson gives the Rebels a 9-point lead, 21-12, 3:37 to go on a gorgeous Thursday night to get us started. Straight back goes the quarterback Herring, throws to the left, and it is caught and goes out of bounds at the 26-yard line. The receiver on the play was Sexer. He had a couple of receptions in the first half and has one here. And the clock stops, second down, 4 yards to go. $3:33 to go. And now the Rebels don't give up a big play. Time is certainly on their side. Rolling out, Herring. Herring's going to fire to the far sideline into the middle, and that's busted up. No flags. Good defensive play over there by the Rebels. Good timing on that play, and more importantly, no flags.
Yeah, rolls out to the right, looking for Lewis, and a little bit of a duck. And he's fortunate that fell incomplete.
Good coverage over there, Mario Robinson. He has a pick. That came in the third quarter on that opening drive by St. Michael-Albertville and stalled that drive.
Yeah.
And now it's third down, 4 yards to go. They need the 30. Herring waits for the snap, drops straight back. He's going to step up, scramble out of there, roll to the right, throw on the run, way out of bounds. And now fourth down, good coverage by the Rebels. 3:19 to go in the ball game, and the Rebels by 9.
Well, this is the next biggest play. This is the ball game if the Rebels stop.
Champlin Park once again on the road at Andover. You'll see it here on QCTV. But now it's fourth down and 4. Here's the ball game. 3:13. Herring under center. He's going to drop back, swing it out. Boom. Catches. Wrapped up, driven down. It'll be Rebels football. He did not get the first down. Outstanding defensive play by Champlin Park.
Logan Lenhart, yes, again, was in there. He's able to actually grab the ball or his shoulder, and then Luke's right there to finish him off.
Leonhardt and Luke's tag team, boom, knock him down. Rebels ball, 1st and 10 at St. Michael-Albertville's 29-yard line. What a turn of events. That whole third quarter into the fourth. Just waiting for St. Michael-Albertville to take the lead. They couldn't do it. Rebels, big play after big play, and then they answer. And now, with 3:13 to go, they're in a great spot up by 9. Here's Felton. Hands it off. Nelson off the right side, inside the 25, down to the 23, 22-yard line.
So another nice pickup right now. Nelson over 140 yards on the night.
He'll take 7 yards every time.
Yeah. And you'll see the play call come in, and they will run it down. Play clock now at 17 seconds.
P.J. Fleck, Kirk Ferentz, I don't care who you are. 7 yards on first down's pretty good.
Yep.
Second down. Nelson to the right of Felton. Both have had big runs. Nelson again cuts it back inside the 20, 19, maybe 18. Move the sticks. They'll stop the clock for a moment with 2:19 to go in the fourth. And the Rebels about to go to 1-0.
Little counter there.
And they're not going to quite give them the first down. They're going to say knee down at the 19.
They're moving the sticks now.
That'll be a timeout.
They did.
Oh, they are going to move the sticks. Yeah. I was like, boy, what did I miss?
Yeah. Well, you were on. They were just a little slow. And so first time out for St. Michael-Albertville.
And they got the pick six. They went on that long drive. They played well enough at times, but boy, they're going to drive home tonight and leave Rebel Stadium and say, boy, we left one on the table there. They're going to have to feel that way.
Well, you start looking at their schedule. Next week they've got Minnetonka. They're going to be at Wayzata, Eden Prairie, Edina, Maple Grove, Moorhead, who has got a fantastic squad, and Hopkins. I mean
that Metro West is loaded. And, of course, Maple Grove overall joined the Lake Conference this year, play in the Metro West, and it is stacked. Here's Felton. First down and 10. Nelson on his feet, not much, but it doesn't matter. They got a couple. Forward progress to the 18-yard line. And now St. Michael-Albertville is going to burn another one with 2:14 to go. And this will be like the final minute of an NBA game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. They've got one left, and we'll see this kind of work out. Beautiful, pictures have been great tonight. I can tell you the camera work has been fantastic.
Well, and you look at the graphics and everything.
Yep.
Hopefully we've kept up with the pictures and the great visuals. And great job by our crew. And once again, tip of the cap. They get here early. They get set up. You and I, we just show up and talk.
Yeah.
And that's the easy part. They do all the hard work and drag miles of cables all over the stadium.
It's been great. First of all, it's great. QCTV has always done a fantastic job with football, and it's always just gets the juices flowing when you see when you wake up on Friday or Thursday morning, whenever the game day is, and get ready for a game.
Well, and there's been a lot of great football in this neck of the woods over the years. You think about the proud tradition of the Anoka Tornadoes, and then ultimately the Andover Huskies, Champlin Park, the teams we cover. It is second down, 9 yards to go. Rebels hand it off. Nelson right up the middle, surges his way to the 10, inside the 10 to the 9-yard line, and the junior running back keeps those legs churning. And St. Michael-Albertville is going to burn one more with 2:06 to go. And I just can't get over how Champlin Park was just walking the tightrope throughout that third quarter into the fourth and put the defense in bad spot after bad spot, and they made plays and then ultimately blocked what would have been the go-ahead field goal for St. Michael-Albertville, and then Champlin Park answers with a huge drive to make it a 9-point game.
You're right. 3 stops in the red zone. So the first one was an interception at around the 6-yard line. And the Rebels 3 and out. They punt it back, and they drive down. The Knights drive down, and then it's turnover on downs, and then get the ball back again in great field position. And that point, blocked field goal. So 3 stops in the red zone for the Rebels. Fantastic job by the defense.
They're down and 1. Nelson right up the middle. First down and more. And that'll set up a first and goal, and St. Michael-Albertville cannot stop the clock. They have no timeouts, and they're going to let it wind down. 2 to go in the game, and the Rebels up by 9.
We'll see some victory formation. It'll be a kneel down now. 1:43 remaining.
But what a confidence builder for this defense, and really a confidence builder for the quarterback. Felton and running back Nelson made some big plays. There's the first kneel down. We're down to 124, and there's not much St. Michael-Albertville can do. And you're right, they have a brutal schedule coming up, and Champlin Park's got a big one, rival Andover next week as they make the step up to 6A, and another big challenge on the road at Husky Stadium.
Yeah, and Huskies, Stadium is always just a fantastic place for a game. They great game day traditions there and feel and environment. And they've got a quarterback too. They have Joseph Mapson, who is a fantastic athlete.
Victory formation again. Felton takes a step back, kneels it down.
Got a flag on the play.
We get another one of those false starts. And Nick Keenan, going back to practice, and they look at film. I mean, that's one thing they need to clean up.
They'll need to clean that up, and they'll need to, they've got a bunch of stuff. But you got to remember how young this team is, and what, to be resilient and get through some adversity and still come out with the win. You got to feel great about it.
Well, and they gave up the pick 6 early, and we talked about it at the time. Miles Felton maybe, didn't look off the receiver and had tunnel vision and threw the pick 6. But he bounced back, made some big plays, and the team as a whole didn't get down.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's always about the next play. It's always about the next play. And the offense was able to rally, which is fantastic. They needed a first down.
Illegal formation. 5 in the backfield.
That is one of the illegal formation, the false starts. They
Michael-Albertville
got to get that cleaned up
to start
for
the
sure.
Game clock on the snap.
So let's start the game clock on the snap. So they'll have to snap it one more time. And that will be it. So 42 seconds left on the clock.
Felton under center, and he'll take a knee.
And game clock and the play clock are now.
There it is.
Yep, it's over.
It is over, and the Rebels celebrate an opening victory on a gorgeous Thursday night here. And they led it 14-12 at the half. 14-12 after 3 some way, somehow.
Yes.
And then got a big third down run by their quarterback, Miles Felton, as he ran it out of the shadow of the goal line and got a gigantic first down on that decisive drive. He was at his own 6, got it out to the 22 some way, somehow. And then Preston Nelson, back-breaking 74-yard touchdown run, extra point. That is the final margin, 21-12, Jim.
Yeah, absolutely. And Preston Nelson would be my player of the game. 21 carries, 158 yards, and, of course, that long touchdown for the win.
Yep. The Rebels go to 1-0. St. Michael-Albertville falls to 0-1. A big thanks to our hosts here at Champlin Park High School. Always friendly here at Champlin Park. Great crowd on both sides. Head home. And Champlin Park on the road at Andover next Friday night. You'll see it here beginning at 6 here on QCTV. And thanks all around. Once again, a big thanks to our QCTV crew led by Ryan Mush. Once again, our thoughts go out to Jim Erickson and his family. He lost his dad. He was supposed to be here tonight for the opener. A big thanks to Jim Childs. Excellent work, Jim. Always fun to work with you. We don't get to do it enough.
I know. We got to talk to somebody about that.
Yeah, we got to do another game together soon. And once again, I'm Steve Thompson. Great night tonight for Rebels fans. Champlin Park beats St. Michael-Albertville 21-12. Good night.